Yeah, I think that technical.
Do you want to straighten the lampshade? It's a nice joint.
No.
Oh, lovely. No, we like that. Yeah, that adds to the air of unprofessionalism.
Yeah, and it's just kind of, I mean, it's a shit podcast, so it's having a shit lampshade behind you. Not going to hurt much, is it? I'll get the big leather chair again.
You always get the best chair.
I know.
It's a bit nicer up here then, isn't it? With
it is.
The new arrangement.
It's cleared a little bit.
You get the choice chairs for the second round.
Exactly. I might choose one of those big high chairs.
Alright, should we do this then?
Yeah.
We're back in the Fox and Hound, another episode of the Albion Hour. I keep thinking Albion.
Well done.
Right, Albion Hour, and we've got some new people. So do you just want to shout out your names? They're not on camera because we've got faces for camera. They've got faces for radio. So we just so just have a shout out what your names are in the background.
Yeah, I've got a soothing voice, not a face, as you say. So I'm Justin. So hello everyone.
I'm Tom, and I've got a voice for radio and a face for radio.
Yeah.
Probably have to agree on that as well. I'm George.
George, what's with your leg, George?
I was born with something called cerebral palsy hemiplegia, and so it affects the left side of my body.
The whole left side of your body?
Near enough, yeah.
Okay, so that's like when you masturbate, which hand do you do it with? Because does it feel like someone else is doing it when you do it with the left hand? I'm just asking.
They've never been tried.
They're questions that got to be asked, aren't they?
Straight in with that one. Turn 21 on Monday, and then this is a question you get.
But anyway, so we've got loads to talk about because we haven't done one for a while.
We've had 3 weeks. We've had a 3-week break. Two of those weeks we sort of planned, didn't we? Because it was international break and Easter and anyway,
we did talk about the international break for about 8 seconds.
8 seconds, yeah, and that was enough. Yeah.
Not interesting enough until it's actually.
We want proper football.
Yeah. Until the World Cup or until there's a proper competition on, there's no point.
Yeah, we'll do some World Cup specials.
Boring.
It is boring. Friendlies. I did take
18 subs and there's only 11 players on the pitch. It's that type of boring.
Yeah, I took Cass to one of the games actually a few weeks ago. The England. Who they played before Japan?
Uruguay.
Uruguay. That was it. I took into that game. Uruguay.
That's not me telling him to. I'm just telling him to pick the mic up when talking. It's a reminder. Yeah, wanking and blowjobs already. We've only just started.
In the first 5 minutes.
God, honestly, I need to sort it out.
Yeah,
talking about women's football.
No, I took Cass to the Uruguay game, and we left about 10 minutes before the end, before they equalised. But what's his name? Declan Rice. Scored, didn't he? So he got booed when he came on for England. Yeah. Not Declan Rice. Ben White. Ben White. Yeah. So obviously having
did he actually
quit?
Was England, it like a proper boo? Because you can't really.
Oh yeah, no. It was pretty. I mean, it wasn't a brilliant atmosphere, but it was very audible around the stadium that he was booed when he came on. But this is when he scored the goal. Apparently, we'd already left the stadium. He was booed for scoring the goal.
Really?
When they announced, because it wasn't very clear who scored it. It was a bit of a scramble on the goal line, and then they announced it, didn't they? They go, and the goal scorer for England is Ben White, and everyone just booed him.
What was the whole thing with Ben White? Just didn't like the last manager, or
it was during the tournament, wasn't it? That I think he decided he didn't want to play for England anymore. Right. I believe. Yeah.
Oh, well, so he booed off there.
Yeah, he announced his international retirement because of some. Yeah, and now he's back, and everyone's not.
It might have just been a managerial thing.
He probably fell out with somebody.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
That's
already bored.
We've already talked about internationals more than we've talked about them ever before.
So Newcastle.
Yeah,
we've got that game coming up. That's the next thing. You're going to that one?
I am. I'm getting the train at. I don't even want to think about it.
I'm not going to that one. No, I want to go, but family commitments, annoyingly. Got to give them at least a weekend at some point in the season. But no, I would like to have gone.
He's had. Yeah, I was chatting to Justin before we came on as well, and he's done one trip to the North East this year already. So
we did Sunderland. Yeah. Sunderland was a long way. And Newcastle's even further. So
that's good. And then what are the games that we missed? But of course, there's the Chelsea. I've just got to say, have we because there's West Brom, obviously.
Yeah.
Brighton. we've got Justin, who's a Brighton fan.
Yeah.
And I take it you're a Brighton fan.
I'd have to say I'm slightly a Brighton fan, but my main team is Crawley.
We're
fighting relegation come Saturday, so we could be down by Saturday 5 p.m.
And then sorry, Tom. What was the team you supported? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's that lot from West London. We're living a dream at the moment, to be honest.
We
made Brighton look like Brazil the other night.
Nightmare, not a dream. But what a game! What a game that was.
It was good.
So and then Tottenham before that, another cracking Matoma goal.
Yeah, it was. Well, it was incredible, wasn't it?
Great Matoma.
Oh, we could barely see it from our end, to be honest. We just it floated the crossover, and we thought,
I've watched it about 5 times.
It's going nowhere. Bang.
Yeah, it was a great goal.
It was a good goal.
And he scored a really good goal against England as well.
We did. I actually got interviewed by Japanese TV before.
You got interviewed by Japanese TV?
Yeah.
For what?
Before the Chelsea game.
Oh, right. Okay.
I don't know. I was just hanging around with a load of mates outside the terrace, and they wanted us to sing the Matoma song for them on camera.
Okay. I'm stopping myself from doing an accent.
Which we did. And they wanted to talk about Matoma, obviously, and I told them that I celebrated his goal against England, and they loved that.
Interviewing for many. My family have been interviewing for many. Anyway, so that was good. I stopped myself. I've got to stop myself from doing stuff like this. So, that was good. Matoma is flying at the moment. We've got. We've got.
A 2-point deduction.
Moza, but we didn't. Who gives a shit? You can stick your 2-point deduction up your arse. EFL, right, while we're on that, I'll just go through this because this is something I wanted to talk about later, but I might as well talk about it now since they were talking about it, right? So, with all these points deductions, like teams that have already been caught out from doing some quite serious stuff and not got points deductions yet, and then West Bromwich Albion get a 2-point deduction, right? Get this.
Which means
so there's 2 million quid. It was an oversight payment through their charity organisation, and in the same year they're deducting. They're giving us 2 points from this, which is the 2024 season, right? West Bromwich Albion, get this, won the EFL Community Club Award. Right, so they go, you're doing lots of charity in the community. We're going to give you an award. But because you've done that, we're going to dock you 2 points. I mean, make it make sense.
It's a little bit,
Anyway,
Bobby Peter's baseball, isn't it?
You can shove your 2 points up your arse, EFL, because we didn't need them anyway.
Well,
and James Morrison today was offered the job.
It's no point in this.
So now which we all wanted.
James Morrison, the singer from Birmingham.
Yeah, our Lord and Saviour, Moza, has been offered the full-time coaching job at West Bromwich Albion, so he will be our coach. 10 games, unbeaten.
It's an impressive form.
Smashing it. To be honest, I was that excited. I haven't even looked at. Can someone look who we're playing this weekend? Can we have a stato?
We need a stato.
So very excited today because I do rate him. I think he's he stepped in for us before.
You're away at Bottom Club Sheffield Wednesday, so battle of the points deduction.
Battle of the points deductions. Yeah. The point scrubbers playoff, I guess.
Brilliant.
What will be fun is if Sheffield Wednesday do actually win that game, they'll end the season on 0 points because they're currently on -3.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
Well, we've got to stop them from doing that.
Surely that's never happened before. That can't have.
It's crazy.
Has anyone ever finished the?
No, I saw a crazy stat as well around Wolves, obviously Midlands, your favourite club.
Is this about how many toes they've got?
Yeah, possibly. More than points. But they are the first team possibly to start the Premier League season bottom of the league and never leave that position because alphabetically they were bottom of the league on 0 goals, 0 games, 0 points.
Of course,
not got to the bottom of the table.
I don't know if there's any dingles that are going to get.
He loves that.
In theory, bottom every single game, including 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
What a great stat!
That's a brilliant stat. I love that. You love it, especially.
Yeah, you can shove your pussy deduction up your arse. You can shove your pussy deduction up your arse. Anyway, so I got that out of the way because I'm very, very happy about James Morrison being given the Mozza.
So you're hopeful for next season now? You're thinking could be the year.
I think just play your players in the positions that they're used to. Stop trying to be all smart arse about it. And
bit like Brighton have done in the last 2 months.
Like Brighton have done. I mean, Sunderland have made a fucking brilliant job of it this season.
Yeah.
Fantastic job of it. Beating the old bottle jobs, and ending up like in a decent position in the table for a team that's just come up. So they've done a cracking job of it. But yeah, James Morrison doing exactly the same. Basics, just took them back to the basics. Fitness. He's drilled that into him because the one thing that the stat was just over Christmas, we talked about it before, it was that West Brom's, if you just went by first half
I remember you
points,
saying about this.
Yeah, so we would have been like second in the league.
Yeah.
But because we lost every game through like these, just unfit, I just think they were unfit. I just think they got to like 70, 80 minutes, losing every game in the last 10 minutes of the game, or getting draws. I mean, we were up 2-0 against Coventry and ended up losing it 3-2. I mean, it's just not good enough. But
Coventry have obviously walked away with the league. They have
Coventry. Yeah,
and
kind of
5,000 of their fans are going to watch their first season for nothing.
Yeah, not fuck Coventry. Because Coventry have done a fantastic thing for their fans, which we spoke about on socials.
We did. We covered that a few weeks ago.
Which we're very happy about. Unlike Man United, who fucked over 1,000 of their fans by moving them out.
Terrible.
From behind the dugout.
Terrible.
Including apparently, Angry Ginge. Even angrier, Ginge. Because he's had to move seats.
Oh dear, you don't want to upset him. I mean, what are they thinking of, man? I saw something else about United.
Enough to kill
this week. It was the ex-players. It was Nicky Butt and someone else. I can't remember the other one.
Scholes,
might have been Scholes, yeah. Nicky Butt and Scholes. So members of their glitterati, treble-winning team, right? Absolute United legends. They can't get tickets for games. Neither of them. They're in the press saying they can't get tickets. How fucking wrong is that?
Yeah, but I mean, look what they did to Ferguson. Ferguson was literally the reason why they became the greatest club in the world. One of the biggest clubs in the world. And as soon as I can't remember what the Ineos Flatley or Stavros Ineos or whatever it's called. Where as soon as they took over, as soon as that tosspot took over, he basically like you can keep your seat and sit in the stadium, but apart from that, fuck off, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's a terrible way to treat.
I can't remember what position he held, but he don't hold it. Ferguson, but he doesn't hold it anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
So honorary position.
Unlike a fantastic club like Brighton, because I've just read that they're now building the first all-purpose women's game stadium.
It is coming.
Which I think, I mean, they make decisions that are good all the time.
Yeah.
Their investment in the stadiums. I'm not particularly overly fond of women's football, but I think if it's going to grow the way they want it to grow, they need their own stadiums.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, the one thing actually I didn't even think about, which was actually a good point, was I was listening to something on TalkSport and they had Barber on, one of in the daytime, and he was talking about stuff, and he was saying, look, one of the main things is females have got to use males like stadiums, therefore the dressing rooms, and they're all based around men.
Yeah, of course.
Right,
yeah.
so they're all open showers.
Yeah.
which women don't like using.
No.
There's very little cubicles, so they've got to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you do.
Yeah, they're
the queue, or you're going to have to stand up like a man and try and piss in a bowl. Or I'm not quite sure how that's going to work.
Practical differences.
So there's that, and the other thing is that they mentioned was lots more like people, like parents will take their kids. So they're going to make sure there's things like more ramps, push chair, like places where you can just go and put your push chairs and just click them in and then go and take your kids up into the stadium.
Yeah. They'll make it a lot more accessible.
Changing areas for children and stuff like that. So the whole thing is just going to be, I mean, like, even if you're not into women's football, to build a stadium that's just more family friendly, that you can't afford or you couldn't take young kids to go and watch. I mean, because no doubt they'll play youth games there, they'll play
they'll use it
under
for other
21s.
Things. Yeah, of course.
And it's going to be a 10,000 seat stadium, 80 million quid. It's going to cost.
Yeah.
80 million.
It's a massive investment and commitment from Brighton to women's football, because you don't really see anyone else doing that. And again, it's Brighton being at the
leading the way, really.
Yeah, at the front of that,
biggest,
which I love. It's brilliant.
Biggest fan zone. Now we've got the largest fan zone in the. Unlike Wolves fan zone, which we've also, which is just basically just
Wolves fan zone. Did you see Wolves fan zone? Oh god!
So it's a container.
You know shipping containers, right?
Yeah. It's an old shipping container. Painted
you don't get wet if it rains, right?
So it's an old shipping container painted that pissy horrible yellow colour that they use.
Yeah,
shirts.
Yeah, that colour that we can't quite. You did describe it actually in a previous podcast. Something to do with poo, but I can't exactly remember. Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember either, but it was probably.
It was quite damning.
It was quite damning. Yeah. Well, it would be.
Yeah. Of course it was.
Yeah. I think it's described as old gold on there.
Old gold.
That's how they like to.
It's more like.
Yes.
It's you know when you have a shit and you have to have a piss afterwards. It's impossible to shit but not piss. And then you look at the colour of the water. It's like the shit mistress piss colour. That's the colour of it. It's got to be somewhere around there.
It's not far off.
Yeah. So you can tell my love for Wolverhampton Wanderers. You know, tell that I'm a bitter West Bromwich Albion fan.
And that's our next home game as well. You know.
Yeah.
So after Newcastle, week on Saturday, we're at home. We're at home to the Dingles, mate.
Hopefully, my cousins are coming down.
Yeah.
Because they're all yam.
Oh.
They all answer the phone, go. They'll breathe. When they answer the phone or when they talk on the phone, everything's a breath. Hello. So it takes them 12 hours to get a conversation out of them because none of them can speak properly. Sorry, family. None of them watches it. None of them watch it. You'll be like, no one else watches it. I could do anything now. No one watches this anything. So Brighton games. Colin, talk about Brighton. We missed a few.
Spurs. I think the two we missed are Spurs away game and the Chelsea home game. So Spurs away was. I thought it was a banana skin game right from the beginning because, obviously they were in a dogfight. They'd just got De Zerbi going back there added a new dimension to it as well. So his first home game in charge of Spurs against Brighton. So it's like that added another dimension to the game. Although it was very respectful. Everyone sort of ignored De Zerbi and he ignored us until the very end of the game. And there was a nice little moment at the end where he came over to the fans and pointed the fans. He's a class act. Yeah, but definitely. That was all forgotten while the game was going on. There's an important game, points to be won for both teams, us in our quest for Europe, them to try and avoid relegation, which is unheard of, isn't it, for Spurs, let's be honest. So it was all
I can't believe it. I don't want them to go down. I think those that I quite like I don't know. I like watching that Wrexham programme, so I'd like them to come up in the playoffs. But I'm thinking Millwall. If you put all them London clubs in together, police are having a nightmare. Yeah.
I met police already. They're thinking, please no.
It's definitely going to be fun.
Sorry. You got to think, if Tottenham don't go down, it's West Ham who go down, and then if Millwall come up, you won't get the Millwall West Ham.
Well, we've actually spoken about this at one point, at one time, as it all sat, and it wasn't that long ago in the Premier League and Championship. There would have been all of these matches would have been in the Championship. So you would have had Millwall and West Ham. You would have had Portsmouth and Southampton. You'd have had West Brom and Wolves. Norwich and Ipswich.
Yeah.
There was another one as well. So
Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United.
Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United. So there was a point in, and it weren't that long ago, that as if you'd have settled on those points, those were all the main grudge matches, and we were saying you wouldn't want to police those, would you?
No.
I mean, there's some serious matches in that, but we are now going to get to play Wolves, so that's great. I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy about that.
Wasn't the last game that you played Wolves in the FA Cup?
And
it was postponed for 45 minutes because the fans got on the pitch and
they were fighting in the
stands.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing pictures on the TV of the players carrying their kids out of the stands. It was
there was a couple of
friendly rivalry.
Yeah, there was a couple of Wolves supporters that managed to get in the Smethwick end, which is it's not far off of where they are anyway. As
Not just the family zone as well.
Yeah.
I imagine they just watched John take the piss out of them on camera.
Well, and then it got to I think because we got battered. We got battered in that game. To be fair, because we had shit managers at the time. But, we got absolutely hammered, and I think we was about 2-0 up, and the guy decided the two Wolves supporters decided they were going to take their tops off and start giving it loads in their Wolves shirt,
as you do,
and it just went all out. And then there was people, so because they weren't that far away from the away fans anyway, so the away fans were then jumping over. Then it just became just chaos,
bit of carnage.
Yeah, and they had to separate everyone, and then all the players were running over because all their families were there, so they were getting their kids passed out, leaving them. You'll be all right there. Pass the kids down, love. But yeah, Phillips and all them came running over.
We were right next to the Spurs fans at the Spurs away game. There was literally an empty row, and then a few stewards died around. But there was a lot of banter going around, to be honest. There was a few young kiddies who were giving it loads to us in the away end, and I said to one of them, I said, mate, just come. You went, what? I said, will this be the first time anyone's ever gone down on you? I killed him.
When that second
came over,
when they thought they'd won that game and that second goal went in for Brighton, how many of them slipped on their teams?
Oh my God! They were giving us so much. Honestly, they should have known better. This is Spurs.
That's probably one of the better away limbs of the season. One from pure relief that Spurs haven't beaten us and being the first team to beat us in the calendar year. I think too, it's just funny to watch when that goal went in. And then the thing is, I was celebrating. I thought we're going to get a winner. We're going to go and get another one.
I'd said to my son, I said, if this goes on for another 5 minutes, we'll win it.
That's it. Yeah. So exactly what I'm saying.
So distraught and so nervous, it kind of killed them, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think the longer it went on, the more it looked likely that they knew it was inevitable, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's the trouble with their games at the moment. Every game they know in that last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, De Zerbi got caught when that second goal went in, and the camera obviously then someone gets the camera. And he's obviously talking, and he's going, and he's tapping his head, saying it's all up here.
Well, and he's not wrong, is he?
It's more the fact of when they pan the camera to Xavi Simons, and of course he's just scored the goal.
Yeah, that's right.
He took off his shirt, I think, thinking, they've won it.
Yeah,
and then you can just see the tears rolling from his eyes.
De Zerbi wasn't impressed with that either, was he? Because he mentioned it in his interview.
Yeah, we're obviously going back to De Zerbi at Brighton. I think when back to Chelsea away. Sorry, Tom's that wonder goal. And the first thing he said afterwards is, it's not good enough. He needs to see the game out. And he's now got a Xavi Simons who, ironically, spent all of his energy celebrating that goal, ran into the crowd, and for the last 5-10 minutes of that game, could not move on the pitch, cramping up, couldn't move. The extra added time come from him being down injured, but De Zerbi had naturally used all his subs. So they played with 10, and that's what's cost them there.
That's part of it.
Official.
No, you're absolutely spot on.
Tottenham Hotspur are actually officially recruiting a lead performance psychologist at the moment. The job has been advertised out on LinkedIn. I'm right here. It's been advertised all over the place. And the role aims to build a high performance culture, providing evidence-based support to all players.
I love this.
I'm right here.
I love this.
Isn't that a dream job?
You know what?
Someone.
Have you ever seen that? What's that in Gladiators? Like they have those little like carriages with the wheels with the spikes on them like that. And I just put all the Spurs players tied up to that, and then I just whip them around the track. Move faster, like that, and I just get them to go around and around. Pull me around.
Just
like horse and trap. I just get pulled around.
I think they use one of them in plebs. I think you do well getting on at plebs.
Yeah.
Plebs down at Tottenham.
Well, they are plebs, so that would work well, wouldn't it?
So there's another top footballing job has come up this week, because my mate Gary messaged me earlier and he said he's been talking about this for years. He said it's come up again, and they've matched him as a medium, potential for this job, right? It's the Brighton set piece coach. The job comes up once about every 18 months. Because we are shit at set pieces. So usually the set piece coach gets fired about every 18 months or so.
And now because we kept hiring them.
There is an element of that as well.
We are Chelsea at shit at set pieces.
We had when I first started going to Brighton, taking my son to Brighton to watch the matches. We were like bang on in line with the goals in the north stand, right? So we were just off the north stand and the east lower, and we were like right in. So we got all the celebrations of like João Pedro when he comes into the crowd.
Marseille game,
So we got all of that in if it happened in our corner. They run and jump into So, but every corner and every free kick, I'd get my phone out and I'd be like waiting. Zoom, like this. No, no. Okay, I'll delete that one. We've got another corner. No. 2 years on. No, not one in 2 years. Not one.
That's why the job keeps coming up.
2 years.
It didn't only stop when Potter came in, because back under Houghton in the day, you were always dangerous at set pieces. In fact,
far more so in that era. Yeah, I agree. And I don't know what happened, but
got him chained up his meathead. That's what happened.
That is
genuinely what happened.
A factor.
But the things with Brighton is that the attacking and scoring very, very rare, but we don't concede many set pieces either.
No, we don't.
Which is an odd thing because we're dominant in the box. And you look at the delivery, and I got really excited with Gross coming back. That delivery, but he doesn't seem to be on all the free kicks or corners, and it's a bit of an odd one, really, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not. Is he?
And I don't think Dunk scored this season. He finished our top goal scorer a few years back.
Yeah, you've definitely scored some good. You've definitely scored some good free kicks. You had almost literally like injury. I think there was you, Newcastle, and Man United had like the most injuries that season. It was a couple of seasons ago, and literally the squad was depleted. And then Welbeck stepped up to take was like, well, I might as well do it because no one else can. And hit an absolute beauty of a free kick.
He did, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, everyone was like, wow. Like every time there was a free kick, everyone's chanting Welbeck.
He can take them.
But I think bringing Grace back in has probably saved the season.
Starting the season without a shadow.
Oh my God!
The one thing you were missing was just that calculated, steady hand in midfield, and you've got that back now.
Makes us tick, and he everything that he does, and his influence on the other players. Look at the way he was against Chelsea, and there was a little bit of bite in his game against Chelsea in the midfield. All those old friendships were forgotten for 90 minutes, and he was having
Chelsea game. There
was a bit of that about
Chelsea game was the first game in ages that he's played two actual wingers, a left winger and a right winger, and there was just no fight in Chelsea. A lot's been said about they didn't want the manager, and it was like, well, if we don't play for him, they'll get rid of him.
That's disingenuous to Brighton, to be honest, because there were times that Chelsea had a go, and Brighton just closed them down. And at that point, they just lost the will. Enzo Fernandez, he's usually that bite. He's in attack. He just lost the will because everybody else was going around, and Brighton had a good hand in that, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. The body language in the Chelsea players was they looked defeated.
They looked baffled. They looked like they didn't know what they were doing, what shape they were in, and they kind of looking at each other and saying, "Well, am I meant to be here?" Because we seem to cover every blade of that pitch, and just like, we don't know how to handle this.
We couldn't respect the ball.
You didn't touch it.
That was the Alex quote, wasn't it?
Respect the ball. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing that I noticed about that game, the thing that Brighton had over Chelsea right from the very beginning, was that every time Chelsea got anywhere near the ball, they would just close down. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I would love to see Minte's tracker, because he is just up, and the speed of him, he's up and down that pitch like crazy, and everybody, like, you think that he's closing down a midfielder, and then all of a sudden the ball gets passed back, and he's just charging at Sanchez, and Sanchez doesn't know what to do, and he's doing it from the wing. So Sanchez thinks, oh well, I'll just pass it back out to the wing because he's coming along there. Of course, you've got Gross has already gone over to that side. Minte's then closing him down, so you've got 2-on-1. He doesn't know what to do, so he passes it back to Sanchez, and Sanchez just boots it out. How many times did that happen?
It was happening all the time.
Yeah,
but you're right. Minter in that game actually covered.
He covers so much ground.
We used to have a player called N'Golo Kante. He used to cover every blade of grass. And I'll tell you what, Minter was going in the centre to close down. He was working that whole pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
If Minter learns how to finish, or actually so he'll make fantastic runs down the wing, and he'll take the ball into the corner, and then he'll change direction, and you don't know what he's going to do. But his final pass is pretty crap, and his finishing's pretty crap.
He runs into traffic quite a lot.
Yeah,
he still does that, but he's very young still.
He's got a lot of development still.
And if he learns how to finish,
last season,
he's another £100 million player
whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, over that pre-season, just came out and he was like, "He's a complete player now."
Yeah.
And then what happens? He's probably going to go. I think the same happens with Minter, because
I agree.
if he can, he's got that bit of a one-trick pony. He's got a very strong left foot, doesn't really go on his right. If he develops that, because the player from last season in this pre-season, I was really excited by Minter because he just started electric, and I think if he continues, he'll be the next one that moves on. Sadly,
I mean, if you look at
development left,
I mean, definitely. I mean, if he gets that right in his game, if he gets that finish, we're just not taking shots to finish, but if he just gets that, just release it one step before, past that. Do you know what I mean? Because when he does do that, and he does do it sometimes, he plays those one, and then he's straight back on the ball again. But he just maybe takes it one step too much. Maybe
is he getting the runners?
Decision making, isn't it?
I guess
he's passed down that wing, and he gets in there. And has he got anybody there to cut back on the edge of the box?
Even when he runs into the box.
Sometimes not. That's a really good point, actually, because sometimes he's released, and he's so quick to the ball that there's no one can keep up with him. So sometimes he is left in a bit of a position where he can't. He's surrounded by defenders.
Talking about that final product, just looking at stats wise, so he's got the most assists for Brighton this season, but with this XG or X assist now is a new thing. He's 0.5 down of expected, but it's the goals where it really matters. He's only on 2 goals this season. He should have had a lot more. He's down in theory from XG 1.4 goals.
You'll see a ball pinged over that, just shot over, it's going out for a goal kick, and we all go, oh, there we go, oh, and then we sit down, and then all of a sudden Minte's got the ball, and you go, where the hell did he come from? Like that ball was going out, like it was well over here. It was going right into the corner. No one thought he was going to get that ball, and then all of a sudden Minte's got the ball and he's pushing into the box, and you'll get like.
You've got centre back in Dunbar, who, to be fair, is a good release player as well, and will release him early, and that's where you had a lot of successes. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah,
and he's definitely going to be one of my son's favourite players. So he got Minte's shirt at the end of the Spurs game.
Oh, really?
So yeah, he came over, high-fived him, gave him his shirt. So that's going to be in a frame. So hopefully he stays. Just for the sake of
I think a couple of seasons. I think a couple of seasons. I think he's going to. He'll click. He'll get it, and he'll be coached to do it. So, and you've got, he's got to look at players like Welbeck, who, everyone's like shoot. Welbeck never lets that bother him. If he knows he hasn't got the shot on, he just sets it back again, and then right, we reset, we go again. We reset, we go again. He's too clever for that.
Decision making, but that comes with experience. Very
exactly. And if he's got someone like Minte with him, I think personally, if I was an Arsene Wenger style coach, that's because he did the same thing with. Let's not forget, he did the same thing with Henry. Henry was not a forward.
No, he was a winger.
And Arsene Wenger brought him in.
Yeah.
And then pushed him to being a forward. If I truly believe if a coach picks Minte up and then teaches him that part of the game, he's your next
part of the game to cover that. We've got
he's your next £100 million player. He's got everything else. He just needs to release it.
Exactly the same.
You've got to release that ball a second before that touch, and he's got to. If Minte had the touch of Mitoma, fuck me, be unstoppable.
Oh Jesus,
He was genuinely unstoppable. But Brighton being Brighton, naturally, if Minte does end up going and being that final product, one, we're going to get a good season out of him, and two, we're going to get a fair bit of money. We've kind of got replacements in the wings with Gruder, Watson can play out there. Who knows around Solly March what's going on with him, but no doubt the club will see that development and go out and find
how old Solly March now?
There'll be another South American waiting in the wings to
Stato me how old Solly March now and how long is he out for?
You've also got Gomez that's
he's just come back,
a new home on the wing now as
well. Agree.
Solly March has just come back. He's played 1.5 games and he's out again.
He's 31.
I don't think, my personal opinion on that is, I think, and I've said this since he came back, not based on the games that he's played or the minutes that he's played, but I feel like with Solly, he's been reintegrated to the squad. I think we might see him, injury permitting, against Man United in the last game of the season, to come on for his goodbye cameo, and I think that's going to be it. It's sad to say, but
West Brom will have him.
Good servant.
West Brom
he's a local lad, and he's done nothing wrong in that shirt, and it's just the club has moved on in an unfortunate bout of his injuries, really, isn't it? It's the only thing to put it down to.
So not favourite all-time club player, but who's your favourite? Like you were saying, like you that sticks with the club. You're servant for the club. Who are you going to go
for Brighton?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm torn a little bit with this. It's got to be Dunk, really, in that respect. It has to be Lewis Dunk. But
I've heard it being said a lot around the stands. Only person they'd accept having a statue of outside.
Yeah, it has to be.
I wouldn't disagree with it. I think he's potentially had his move. I know he was touted to go to a top club. He decided to stay. Captained the club now for many years. Probably we were talking about this the other day about football loyalty. It's very rare that you get any testimonials nowadays. He brought team over that testimonial, which is very rare.
It's unusual.
Didn't fit very well. It didn't fit into the England team, but still had England call up. You've still got that on his record. He's still got
ironically
that point
probably a couple of years too late when it happened.
Yeah, exactly. At an age where you were saying, well,
he was unfortunate, wasn't he? Because he made some mistakes in those games.
Yeah, but you're a pace off then. It's a different. You're Premier League, and then all of a sudden you're going into internationals. He's a pace off. He did the right things. It just wasn't quite on the just taking care of the pace of it. But
I think you're right. They called him up. 4 years
Doesn't
before
matter
that,
whether
it might
he's-
have been a different story. But
Yeah, but either way,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, he did get a call up at an
And he
older
played-
age as
and he
well.
played,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
But for a centre back, it's not all about pace. I mean,
yeah,
John Terry, how many caps did he get? How many games for Chelsea?
yeah, very true.
And I'll tell you what, watching him against Teddy Sheringham was like watching two lorries go uphill.
that was What was the phrase about Terry? People used to say he had the turning circle of a London bus.
He did, yeah. But
I mean,
incredible vision.
But
Who would
the right place
who
at
would
the
you
right
go
time.
for then on your Chelsea servant? Someone that's just been there for the club all the time.
I think if it was modern times, you would have to go John Terry. However, I'd probably, being of an age, I'd probably go for the likes of Chopper Harris or Peter Osgood, to be honest. Going back years ago.
Mm.
I mean, when I started watching, Charlie Cook was still playing the back end of his days, and what an incredible winger he was, and serving as well to the club.
Yeah. What about
Proper
you?
players,
Crawley, who's your Crawley player that just seems to stick around
The thing is,
and continuously, do the job?
We keep doing the thing of we got promoted, getting on for 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But when we did that, the owners, don't know who it was,
Hold the mic up, mate.
they got rid of the whole team.
Yeah.
And then brought in a new team. But there was 4 players who have come back from that promotion team, but they haven't really got started, to be fair. So I can't really...
Yeah.
If I was to say one back in the day when I started watching Crawley, I'd have to go with Jimmy Smith, club captain, been there for at least 4 years.
Yeah.
But now we just keep doing new season, get them out, new season, get them in.
Yeah.
So there's not really
And
someone
it's
who's stuck around.
Not that consistency of player and squad,
Yeah. I've got to say, probably Robinson or earlier, like more, I suppose a bit more recent, probably Brunt. Either one of those two. I mean, Robinson even came back and managed as the Great Escape, and just an absolute star. Fall at his feet, sort of thing. But it's that. That club servant thing.
Not my Facebook friend, Peter Odomengi.
No. I have. When you said about that, I did go back and watch some of the Peter Odomengi goals for West Brom. And fucking, he's good.
He was good. But
why would you fuck
he tainted his.
Fuck it up like that, though?
Yeah.
Why would you do so? Why would you take? Why would you
It was
listen?
Palace as well.
I know.
Of all the clubs.
Why would you listen to some fucking stupid fucking agent that's just like whisper, money.
If it was going to a big club, you could almost
Palace.
understand it. Palace.
I know. And they wouldn't let him in. Not even Palace would let him in. Yeah, no, West Brom literally sent him a cease and desist, like, don't fucking talk to him, don't even let him anywhere near your gates, or we'll sue the fuck out of you. And they just went, we don't even know, I don't know, we didn't say anything, we didn't ask him.
Just thought some bloke was hanging around in the car park.
Yeah, and that was it. And then we stuck him on the reserves bench until his contract was up for 2 years. And then he went to Stoke.
Justice was
And he was shit at Stoke. And he came from I can't remember what the club was, but he came from a Russian club. And they were holding up pictures of bananas, saying thanks for taking him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just the most horrendous racism. And then he came to West Brom, and then the West Brom all made banners saying thanks for giving him to us, because he was just like, he was so
found
good.
Found a home, didn't he?
Found a home. We absolutely adored him as fans. He was worshipped at the club. He was given everything he needed to succeed. Like as soon as he started proving he's going to put the effort, he's going to show what he can do. He was just a total fan favourite. And then out of nowhere, it's all that in his ear.
Agents. It's always the agents.
And then he goes off and does something stupid like that, and West Brom just went,
yeah,
chop down, mate. Well, we're going to do a half-time
break, yeah.
And do a half-time break, and we'll do some socials afterwards.
Yeah.
And then we'll get some of these boys on the game.
See you second half.
See you in the second half.
Brush those teeth, brush those teeth, brush.
Yorkie, please, mate. Yorkie, please, mate.
You're not a bird, are you?
No.
Explain the offside rule then.
A player cannot be in an advanced position of the opponent's last defender when the ball is played.
Open that. Stockings are tight.
Stockings.
Oh look! A big hairy spider! You know, that wrapper really brings out the beautiful blue of your eyes.
Really?
Yorkie, 5 big masculine chunks of chocolate. It's not for girls.
Right, welcome back after the ad break.
Ad break.
And I've had a pack of Nobby's nuts.
Oh,
Nobby's. So yeah. So, well, we're going to kick straight off second half with the socials. Cool. What you got for us, Steve?
Well, I've got a few little socials for you this week. Socials. First one that I've got is this came out a couple of weeks ago. But obviously, we've had a break, but I thought it was worth mentioning because I thought it was quite funny. So, a chance meeting apparently of a comedian, an ex-footballer, Roy Keane, meeting up with Ricky Gervais. I mean, can you imagine two
opposites,
Victor Meldrew and I can't think. It's like
I wouldn't put them together, to be honest.
No, you wouldn't. But apparently they got on like an absolute house on fire. And the quote from I believe Ricky Gervais was, "It was like meeting a long lost brother. We immediately bonded over hating things, lateness, leaf blowers, fireworks, and people in general." Legend. So.
Is that
yeah,
like a bromance.
Little bromance between Roy Keane and Ricky Gervais about hating things.
I like it.
I like that. Next one I've got is, this was from a few weeks ago. I think it was the FA Cup quarter final between West Ham and Leeds. And you'll see it on the screens. There's a picture of a certain Mr. Danny Dyer, who's got more chins than the Chinese telephone directory these days, by the way.
He's getting a bit chubby.
But
shaved his tash off.
He has shaved his tash off. Yeah,
I like the tash.
But so
I
don't know if you're all familiar with the West Ham song about Jared Bowen. So
shall we do it?
Come on. Bowen's on fire and he's shagging Danny Dyer. So basically, Danny Dyer was quite heavily on camera during this game, and the West Ham fans obviously spotted him from the lower stand, and they're all singing this song, and he's holding Danny Dyer's and Mark Bowen's child, his grandson, and he's singing this song with him. He's Bowen's on fire, and about his daughter. And now,
fair enough.
Some people have questioned this. Said, is this? What do we think? Do we think this is morally reprehensible or just a bit of banter?
It's a football song.
I'm going down the banter route myself.
It's a football song,
but there's been he got chastised for it.
Well, didn't Brighton have what was one of your chants about the ginger?
Stevie Sidwell. Stevie Sidwell, you want the love of my life, or Stevie Sidwell, I'll let you shag my wife. Stevie Sidwell.
It's nothing different than that. It's not much different than that, really, is it?
I mean, in context, I've sung that to my wife, so.
Well, yeah, there you go. I don't think it's that much different than that. I think it's just.
I'm going banter. I mean, what's the bloke supposed to do? Is he, he's going to be damned if he doesn't, damned if he does.
Yeah, exactly.
Just join in and get on with it.
They've got kids together, haven't they?
Yeah,
that's kind of how it works.
Exactly. Right? It's not the news that they've been shagging each other.
No, he's a lifelong West Ham fan, isn't he? His daughter is married to the captain of West Ham.
Yes.
He's in Dreamland as far as he's concerned.
I think given the chance, he'd probably shag him, right? Given the chance.
I agree.
The money's right. I'd shag him.
Is that Mark Bowen or Danny Dyer?
All three of them.
Don't even think about that. Next one I've got is this was a picture in the Telegraph after the Brighton Chelsea game. So apparently there was a leak about the Chelsea team, which it turns out
I heard about this
about the Chelsea team, and it turns out that this leak had come from Mark Cucurella's barber. Now,
barber.
That That is exactly the reaction.
That is the best.
It's not the fact that his barber has leaked the team news, but the reaction from most people is Kiko's got a barber.
When he goes to a poodle parlour, doesn't
That's the best paid job. Anyway, right, that'll be £200, please.
It's incredible, isn't it?
That's madness, isn't it?
Madness. So
isn't it
you learn something new every day.
Michael Richards that pays his barber to basically follow him around. He has 2 haircuts a week.
It's not cheap either.
Yeah, he doesn't cut anyone else's hair. Just
Michael Richards.
He just goes around. Yeah, he takes him everywhere with him, and he cuts his hair twice a week.
Interesting one about Mark Cucurella. He has largest Pokemon card collection of any Premier League footballer.
Wow.
He's into that.
He's mad. He had Pokemon on one of his sets of boots, even.
It's quite a big thing, isn't it? I've been learning about this recently. It's quite a big. Yeah.
No wonder he gets booed when he comes to Arsenal.
Well, right.
Jorginho's been on socials with his Pokemon love as well.
Yes,
so.
that's where another place I've seen it. Jorginho, yeah. I suppose they don't have a lot to do they? They train a couple of hours a day.
Okay, but if you
maybe a bit of golf,
no
snooker,
splurge.
No offense, as an adult, if you play football, you earn a lot of money.
Yeah,
don't be a fucking loser. I mean, it's not difficult, is it?
There goes all your Pokemon fans subscribers.
There is that.
Oh yeah, sorry. If any of the 7
Pokemon.
people that watch this are Pokemon
if
fans,
Pokemon are interested in
we love Pokemon. Yeah. I don't think you're all fucking adult losers at all. I think you're all great.
Yeah, we love Pokemon. What else have I got? I've got.
Did you just say you'd love to pay my mum? That's pretty. Offensive, mate.
Sorry about that. I know. Yeah. It just slips out. Or
you'd have to dig her up. You'd have to dig her up first.
I'm not into that. That would be a new low for this show. And we've had quite a few.
Right, go on, let's go on socials.
Yeah, I'm in it. So the next one I've got, a little bit of casual racism or just a genuine mistake. Either way, it's quite funny. So it was an Irish newspaper, the Irish Herald, published an article about Romelu Lukaku, saying that Lukaku is ready for work. I'm not sure. I think it was about him basically moving on to a management role. But the picture that they put in the Irish Herald is a picture of Stormzy, famous UK grime artist, which is a bit of a faux pas there from the Irish Herald. Could be a bit of casual racism. I'm pretty sure someone's got the sack for that one.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were just having a laugh. I don't know. But it caught my attention. I mean,
it's not that.
There's a similarity.
But in the fact that neither of them, AI mistake.
In the fact that neither of them,
someone tried.
The similarity is that neither of them have got hair. That's about it.
That's pretty much
completely
it.
Different.
That is pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I've got one more to finish on the socials, and so this one is from TNT Sports. I just want to put it out there. And so, if Aston Villa win the Europa League and finish 5th in the Premier League, Brighton, yes, little old Brighton.
We were just mentioning this in the break.
Would qualify for the Champions League next season, assuming we stay in 6th place.
Yeah, and there's nothing that stops if that happens. There's no other competition that would change that. No. At the moment, because of who's going through, who's winning, who's not.
City, Chelsea Cup final, both technically in Europe spots. So.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that would change it. But we were just saying.
Mind-blowing.
Well, it is mind-blowing. I mean, you definitely don't have the squad. You don't have the depth in your squad. But the thing is look, you are going to get a tremendous amount of money for it. You are going to get. We were saying about the revenue that you're going to get from shirts. I mean, I'm not a Brighton supporter, but I take my son to watch Brighton every week.
Of course.
For the home games, and I've got a Brighton shirt, I've got a Brighton flag. You get into the Champions League, and I'm going to get one with a Champions League logo on it.
Yeah,
I'm going to every Champions League home game that's at the stadium. I'm going to get.
Mate, I mean,
you were saying even the.
Yeah, just around the terrace, the match day revenue, the shirts, the merch. the Champions League affiliation.
And also for the what does it mean for someone
even
like
the programs?
someone like
I'm going to buy every program.
Yeah. Someone like Van Hecker who said, "I want Champions League football."
Well, there you go.
There's your Champions League football.
I'll tell you what, it's very, very powerful from a scouting perspective. You're going out to all these clubs in South America, and you're saying Brighton Hove Albion. You know Brighton Hove Albion who play in the Champions League.
Well, you just think about the opportunity that's gonna come from. So Brighton get into the. Let's just say that Brighton get into the Champions League, right? Everything sort of stays around the same. Villa win Europa League. Brighton get into the Champions League. You've also got a World Cup. So all of the quite fantastic, I think, really the scouting opportunities that Brighton. I mean, the things that they do seems to just be like, well, where do they find these people from? Just think of the opportunities they're going to get to see players over the course of the World Cup and pull in players from different positions. They could bolster their squad very quickly.
Oh, it's a game changer in terms of recruitment,
some quality players from some lower clubs, but have shown themselves that they've got something. In the World Cup.
And you become more attractive to those that are maybe coming towards the end of careers. We were just discussing John Stones. If you can offer him Champions League football, bit of more of it's a salary. Yes, Brighton have never been the great with the highest with the salaries, but if you're offering Champions League football to someone with experience like that, that can lead the back line and help,
and a development path. We talked about into coaching potentially, which is what we tend to do. So
some rumours around McAllister being settled in Liverpool. Would he be welcome back?
Look at I mean, you don't have to go that far for Chelsea to see Drogba, to see his growth through the AFCON, and then he started to build a little bit in club football, and then Chelsea brought him in, took advantage of that. Didn't pay a massive amount for him. 23 million pounds. Which even at the time, it's a good player, but it's not it wasn't top money.
Drogba's first season, he was appalling. He couldn't get a Kazars or the banjo. He was absolutely appalling. The next season he had the full pre-season, and then you started to see it. And every year since then, you get these strikers. We all make the excuses down there. He hasn't had a pre-season, but he was unique. I think only him and Costa have worked for Chelsea.
Who's the Newcastle player? Because I can't remember. Was it Cisse or someone like that? But he hit that outside of the foot swinger, that was Cisse, and it sort of S-shaped. It was insane. Same thing. He came from clubs that were sort of lower down, European clubs. Again, did really well in an international competition. Brought him in. What a player he was. For Newcastle.
And I think it's
it can be done.
With Brighton's model of finding these wonder kids from nowhere for little money and selling them on. Even if Europe or Champions League specifically doesn't go overly great, what it does is expose your players to the rest of the world, and then use your selling model again.
Exactly,
absolutely.
Well, let's hope you can keep.
Mate. And let's be honest, it's Spurs.
I think the most important
becoming the top four.
The most important player, the two most important players for Brighton to keep hold of, are Verbruggen and Van Heck.
I disagree with Verbruggen because I think we've got probably, this is a very outish statement, but I think Brighton probably have the best goalkeeper squad in the Premier League. With Verbruggen, Rushworth, Beadle, and then Jason Still. I honestly would argue that's the best four goalkeepers in the Premier League.
I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on Van Hecker, but I think I'm with Justin on the Verbruggen thing, because although he is a world-class shot stopper, he does still make mistakes, and he's made a few recently.
He's very young still.
He's still young, of course. Get it? He will be top class keeper. I've no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
He will be. But I think maybe if we get the right offer, I agree with Justin that potentially he would be one that we might sacrifice and then reinvest the money in other places in the squad.
Robert Sanchez.
Because we've got the cover.
Yeah, we've got the cover. I think that Rushworth's proven himself. He's he's the Golden Glove winner in the Championship.
I saw us on that while we're looking at stats. Maybe someone can look this up. But I heard that the money that Brighton made from Chelsea was more than their entire squad that beat them on the last home game.
Yeah, I think if you go back to the goalkeepers that was just mentioned, I think Coventry are going to try their hardest. Obviously, just get promoted. They're going to. They're going to chuck some money at you for possible Rushworth.
They want him.
Do you take the money or do you keep the keeper?
For me,
we get more money. For me, if you're saying that people want Verbruggen, then you can get more money from.
And then there was also that rumour of Neuer that's been floating about.
Yeah, I saw that one as well, and I don't know how much substance there is in that. It would be a very typical Brighton signing. A player at the end of his playing career that may play a few games, and there's always a plan with Brighton. There's always a plan with Bloom and Barber, and when I heard the Neuer rumours, it did make me think, well, maybe that is the plan for Verbruggen. Right, so if Verbruggen goes, then you bring in Neuer to coach a very young set of goalkeepers and develop them.
Well,
so
they've got Gross in their team.
It wouldn't surprise me.
He's like, buds with.
Yeah. Well, if you go for the older players, Lewandowski's potentially available as well.
I think the goalkeeper situations, it's a strange one because we've got James Beadle's the under-21 England goalkeeper, played very well in I would say an average Birmingham side this year. Rushworth is the Golden Glove winner in the Championship and has proved he's making good saves as well. Verbruggen, it will be a world-class goalkeeper for many, many years to come.
Sure.
But I wouldn't be, I think, not sad as such, but if he moves on, I kind of understand it.
I don't know. I say in a year's time, when you kind of got someone. The problem is at the moment is you've got no one to replace Van Heck. You've got. I mean, the thing is you've had Dunk, right? Van Heck came in. Van Heck was quite green when he came in, and he's learned from Lewis Dunk. And he's just grown and grown and grown. 2 seasons ago, I was saying that he's the most Van Heck is the most underrated centre back that in the Premier League, and everyone was and I was saying that just he's gonna not even that he's gonna get there, he's there. When he starts taking control of that defensive line, once Dunk's sort of sat out, if he's injured, you'll see him. You've only got to see what he did with Igor against. It was 2 seasons ago. Igor against Man City. Man City were destroying teams. They came to Brighton and they couldn't get anywhere. They were that frustrated. At that point, it was all about their playing out from the back. This is Man City way, playing out from the back, pushing the ball forward, drawing you in, and then putting the pressure on. That was the whole Man City way. They were destroying teams. They came to Brighton. They couldn't get a look in. They got so frustrated. They were the keeper was playing.
They started playing long balls.
And it was and that was all. That was all. I know that Igor had got quite a grip on Haaland at that point, but that structure, that movement of the back line was all Van Heck. And he
was playing as a central defender at times, but then he was coming as a defensive midfielder, marking, following everyone around. I think you're right. I think Van Heck is crucial to keep around, but there's a few concerns that he's not signing a new deal. So you've got to get your money's worth when you can. He's quite vocally said, I want to play at the top of my game in the Champions League. I think the biggest concern is if he does go, is at that right side of the defence. There's no one else. There's literally no one else. There's Cagley, Capella, Dunk all play on the left side. And Dunk has looked very, very, very poor when he's played on the right. So
he doesn't look comfortable.
There is a bit of a concern there. I mean, obviously our academy, you've got Freddie Simmons coming through, but he's far too young, not enough experience, but will be a top player.
I mean, if you it needs in your representative league, if there was a player you could just pick out and just put in your squad from any of the other. So obviously we've got Premier League, Championship. I don't know what league Crawley are in.
League 2, but nearly National League on Saturday.
There you go.
He's not feeling hopeful, George.
So if you could just pluck one player out to just go right, this is you can literally go in your league. Not you can't just go off Europe, just in your league, but you can just go. I'll have that one and put him in your squad. He's got to make the squad better. You can't just pick him because he's got to fit in. He's got to make the squad better. Who are you going for?
Oh, that's a very difficult one. I you know what? I'd probably go for the Man City guy, Nico O'Reilly. Is it? So, I think he's a very, very impressive footballer for someone of his age as well. And he would improve any team, any squad in Europe, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Are we talking realistic or unrealistic?
That was very unrealistic.
Yeah. Unrealistic. Whatever you want. It's your choice.
I think for me and Brian, I think football's always been about scoring goals, and we've never had that 30 goal a season striker. So you've got to go with one like Haaland, haven't you? That's to help us out.
Yeah.
Is he very unrealistic? It's never going to happen.
Yeah, but is he going to? Is Haaland going to fit into Brighton? Is Brighton going to play the ball into space like Haaland likes? Have you got someone that's going to?
You play the game.
Have you got someone that's going to hit that ball to Haaland all the time? Because that's one place where Haaland struggled this season is because he's lost his talisman from last season, the season before.
Yeah, well, we've got Pascal Gross feeding
in De Bruyne. Yeah,
good call.
Yeah. I think the stat around Pascal Gross is since he joined the Premier League, only 2 players, which was De Bruyne and I want to say Bruno Fernandes, have got more assists.
I think
than Pascal Gross from crosses.
I've read that,
which is ridiculous considering we don't score that many headed goals. And
even more ridiculous when you think that we signed him. All right, even the combined fees for what we signed him don't even make £5 million.
No,
that's insane. A return.
And he's also spent 2 years out as well. So
what about Chelsea? You've got quite a young team. I think you probably need like a bit of a talisman, a bit of someone that's going to stand in and actually put them in their place a little bit.
It is. We do. We need somebody really at the back. We've had a whole season without Levi Colwell. Guys will know what a great player. He's a great on-field. He's the reason we won the Club World Cup.
He's superb. Yeah.
He organised everything there. But Fofana, he's just injured all the time. Do you know what? I think I've just got a nasty feeling the Spurs are going to go down, and I think Mickey van der Ven at Spurs, I think would really, really improve the Chelsea side. Yeah, we need to get some experience there as well. But I think he'd make a big, big difference as long as we can keep Cole off there.
Yeah.
Breaking news: Chelsea offer 80 million for Van Heck.
We know it's coming, right?
Yeah, it's coming.
Definitely coming. What about Crawley?
So there's been one player who throughout the season I've seen, it's not like a striker who's scoring all the goals. There's this defender called Owash Swimley at Bromley, and they have been top of the league for near enough the whole season, and they've dropped off the last couple of games. But yeah, he's literally, I think he's got something like 8 or 9 goals as a centre back. He's near enough the size of a crane at something like 6'8" or something.
I'll see it.
So any corner you want, he'll head him in.
Yeah.
Like we went there in December last year, and what a shock he scored against us. But like he will just head in he'll head away defending a corner, or he'll head them in up the other end to score. And I just think our defence is a little bit on the ropes because we've had some big injuries to some defenders this year, which is probably why we're heading down. Like in some, because we can't keep the ball out of the net. But I think having a tall man at the back would help us out a lot.
I'm getting the feeling he could be at Arsenal next year.
I'm not picking this person because you'll always go, he's ex-West Brom, but so Furlong went from West Brom because we lost all our money and we had to be bought out, and Chinese owners left and American owners came in, and and it's been all like, you know, financial fair play, and we've had a right like time of it. And part of that is selling our players on. But one of the players that we've missed desperately this season is Furlong. Went to Ipswich. We desperately need him back. He's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna be good enough, or because he's getting on a bit now. I don't think he's going to do massively well in the Premier League.
I think he's going to step up if they go up.
And he's a player that just gelled everything together. Like at the moment, we've got a good goalkeeper. We've not got a bad goalkeeper. We've got a good defence. We've got an okay midfield. We've got a couple of okay strikers, but it's taken a while to put all that together.
Yeah.
And his experience with what he did for us the season before, what he did for us in the Premier League, we need Furlong back.
Yeah.
And I know it's like bringing a player back. I'm not picking out players from other clubs, but you know, I think that that or the striker from Southampton. I can't think of his name now. I can't think of his name. You'd have to Google it.
Did he score the other night? Carl Lauren?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good player.
Yeah, great.
Very good goal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think either one of those, I think I'd definitely I'd snatch back. Furlong I'd snatch back within a second.
Yeah. You know, I think you're probably right about him as well, about making the step up to the Premier League. Might be a bit too much, but what a fantastic player.
Yeah, it wasn't. You know, he was a great, player. But I think now, at this point now in his career, I think he'd do better. He'd play every week for sure.
Yeah.
But also, I think that for West Bromwich Albion to have someone like that to then go into to maybe then, because he is a bit of a West Brom legend, to sort of go into the coaching side of things as well. I think we do worse to get him back.
Yeah.
But otherwise, definitely Lowndes, on that what a striker.
Yeah, he looks like a good player. I think it was at the game on Tuesday, Southampton Ipswich, and I think the players that stood out, he was definitely one of them. Casper Yander in the middle for Southampton, very, very good footballer. And from Ipswich, Jack Clark just looked at a different level when he came on.
I mean, you've by far got the best squad in the Championship, Ipswich.
Yeah.
But you just fell off sort of mid-season.
Always happens in the Championship, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Difficult.
So many games.
Yeah, really
smaller
difficult.
squads.
And then you've just come storming back again. Really happy to see Ipswich. I'm a massive fan of Kieran McKenna. I think that that Brighton should have. There was links when he first came up. There was whisperings of it.
I think they might talk to him.
I actually said at the time
before.
I have less respect for him if he jumped ship, and he didn't. And now I've got even more respect for him. And I think that if he keeps Ipswich up after this attempt, he'll be gone.
Yeah.
And I don't think I think any club in the Premier League will be jumping all over Kieran McKenna.
There is a friend of mine's a Fulham supporter, and he said Silva's going this summer. And apparently McKenna is being talked
about. But he needs to prove it. No, he needs to prove he can keep them up. Yeah. That's what he needs to prove. If he proves he can keep the team up, then he needs to stick with them again like he did last time. But he needs to keep them up. It's a tough ask, though, isn't it?
You think
it's a tough ask.
If you look at the difference of Vincent Kompany, is clearly a good manager.
Yeah.
He couldn't keep a Burnley up.
Yeah.
You know, Scott Parker's done the same.
Burnley didn't have as good a squad.
Having tried it.
Burnley didn't have as good a squad as Ipswich. The thing that Kieran McKenna's got to do, which he didn't do the last time, is he's just got to adapt slightly for the Premier League. He carried on playing the game like a Championship team.
Yeah.
And he can't do that. Sunderland didn't do that. Sunderland came up and went, we're going to make sure that we battle hard. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. Any team that comes to play us we're going to make them work harder than they work for any other team.
Yeah.
And we're going to grind on them.
And the problem with
that's how they've got results.
Yeah, the problem with Ipswich, they went back to back, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't think they did it too quickly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I'd like to think this time around they've had that bit of a taste of it. They've dominated again in the Championship. They should get over the line on
should
Saturday.
be a little bit better.
They should be better. It'd be interesting to see
Yeah.
if Wrexham do the same thing, because that'll be unheard of, because it's 4 back to backs for them if they make it.
That's mad. Isn't it?
So if they make that and see what
It's a
happens.
Hollywood blockbuster, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think McKenna, it's no big secret, is it? I mean, he was close to getting the Man United job. He was close to getting the Chelsea job. So he's kind of he's around about there at the moment. I think he's
great
very,
man.
very hard.
Great man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very intelligent, very quick.
He'll be
Does
very
he have the
sought after.
backroom staff to support him though in a Premier League environment?
Possibly not. I mean, if you went, at the moment, but I think if he did make that step up, to
I just think
a club,
I just think he was too fixated the last time. I think he was too fixated on playing his own game.
Yeah,
and playing we did this in the Championship and we succeeded. We do it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that.
You've got to tweak that. You're not going to get that out of, because you might be that good a manager, but your players aren't. Like, they're not there.
Yeah.
They might be a little bit more there this season when they go up. They're up now, aren't they? Oh, they got one more.
No,
they've got to win one more game.
It's a 3-way automatic promotion race.
Yeah, we love it. Three-way. Why not?
I was just googling sort of the longest serving managers in the Prem. Just thinking about Kieran McKenna, and it's a results business and it's time. Top 10, Fabian Hertzler is 10th. Of length of service. So I suppose the question is, he was imported in 2024.
Exactly.
So it's a results business. We know that. So McKenna, if he does it, he's got to go to the right club, but the right club have to give him time. Yeah. Because you look at, Chelsea as an example, have had so many different managers. You've got to give the manager time. Like Ipswich have done it, with McKenna, and he's got results. But you go for that list, and Fabian Hertz is 10th on that list of longest serving managers. It's insane. In 2 years, that's half of the Premier League.
Yeah,
haven't had a manager longer than 2 years.
That's crazy. Man. And then there's been a few clubs, Chelsea being one of them, that have had multiple managers during the course of the season. Forest, 3. Watford when they were in the Premier League, so about 4 or 5.
Spurs have gone through.
If you want the full list, so 10th is Fabian Hertzler, 9th is Arne Slot, who's probably going to lose his job. 8th Glasner, who's talked about leaving Palace numerous times now. 7th is Daniel Farke, because he's been at Leeds previous, so he's not even been in the Prem that long. 6th is Areola, he's gone.
End of season.
Unai Emery, 5th. Probably going to make a good move because of what he's done with Villa, I'd imagine at some point. Eddie Howe is in danger.
And
then you come to Marco Silva going. And then you got Arteta and Pep.
Wow.
So in regards of that, the top 10, 60% of those could possibly be moving on to a different club. It's wild.
It's never been. We've always done
the longest serving manager.
It's always been like 2 to 3 years. Like even when Arsene Wenger and Fergie was when you had like managers like that, which was just they were there forever, and the club just trusted in them no matter what. But your lower teams down from that, although Mourinho at Chelsea was, forced to be reckoned with and built a squad there and did what he needed to do, but, wasn't, his longevity there, you ended up leaving.
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
So you go further down, you think of that era, you think of the Chelsea, Abramovich, when specifically when Mourinho was there and he did that interview, the special one, and you, in my mind that's like 5 years. It's not. It's half that. And when you look down the line again, you look at Uncle Roy. Roy Hodgson was with West Brom. He was with. He was with Palace.
He's pitched up again, isn't he? He's at Bristol City now.
So he's very at Bristol City. And then you think about, okay, well Harry Redknapp, like he was at Spurs for. No, he wasn't at Spurs for that long. Like,
not really.
He was there for like 7 years. He wasn't. He was there.
Was Portsmouth.
He was there for longer with Portsmouth. But you just think it like it. So you never really had that, but they always had like a year or 2 years Now you've got 6 months. If you don't have at least a run, if you don't have at least a run of 4 games, you're out.
Yeah.
If you have a run of 4 to 7 games lost, you're gone.
Yeah.
And you think,
yeah,
how can anybody, like, you're playing with other people's, you're playing with players that have been brought in to play a certain way and in certain positions, and then they were 3 managers ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's even the De Zerbi situation. The style that they want him to play is that high press, high intensity. Doesn't have the squad for that. He doesn't have the players that are fit enough for that.
No.
And he literally has 4 games now.
Yeah.
And then can you see him managing in the Championship if it doesn't work?
I don't think so. I mean, but he has said, hasn't he, that, you know, he said, look, I've signed a contract to be, I think he said, wherever we may be playing next season. So suggesting that he would stick around, but sure, it was a strange appointment.
Are there any other teams
for that reason, for the reasons that you said, because he doesn't have the players to play that way.
Yeah.
And for De Zerbi, it takes him a while to get what he wants out of that squad. And you know, even with Brighton, it was 5 games before we got a win, you know. And I just think that's a really strange appointment to make when you're fighting a fire.
I mean, he had horrific injuries there. I mean, like, Brighton had horrific injuries. Still managed to keep that. Like, first half of the season was like insane. Like, everybody was saying, "Oh well, we're gonna."
It's the best for we're
flying.
Yeah.
Second half of the season, absolute toss.
But the reason it came to the end with Brighton was because he wanted control of transfers. He wanted control of the back room. And Spurs have basically said, "Do what you want because we need you." So he has full control of everything. You know that and if he doesn't get that, he will kick out all of his toys out of the
Was
ground.
it Lincoln that
They've kind of written him a blank check, haven't they? They've gone.
Was it Lincoln that came up from Division 1 into the Championship?
Yeah.
And when they got their last game at home, they got the win to send them up.
Yeah.
And the Spurs couldn't even catch a break then, right? Because they weren't singing about themselves. They were singing like pitch invasion, like all of the players on shoulders, right? And they're singing Tottenham away, Tottenham
away. we were singing Lincoln away to the Spurs fans at their ground.
But brilliant, what a brilliant, like, and the Spurs fans can't even get away from that because
everyone's at it.
Essentially, at the moment, they're 2 divisions away from them, and they're going to meet. And they're all singing Tottenham away.
It's funny.
Pitch invasion style is so good, so funny to watch.
If you look at it, where are Spurs going to get the points to actually survive at the moment?
I don't think they are.
It's really tough.
I honestly don't think they are. I don't think
people say that the fixture list maybe favours them slightly, but it's. I wouldn't say so. I think they're all much of a muchness. I mean, with 4 games to go, anyone can beat anyone.
But the problem is that even if they win all 4 games, they've still got to rely on other teams losing.
Yeah. They do, in their competition.
The fixture they've got Aston Villa away, which, depending on the result tonight, Aston Villa are in the semi-final of a European Cup. Would they potentially rest? Possibly.
Yes.
They've got Leeds at home. You'd expect that to be a win. Leeds are practically safe. Might be a little bit, but maybe they might need a point or 2.
Leeds Tottenham's always been a needle match.
But the other thing about that game, no offence, but the other thing about the Leeds game is that Leeds are literally, like, they've just started hitting a stride where they've played really good football all season, but just not quite got there. They've all of a sudden just got there. You think they're just going to drop that because we're safe now? It's not going to. It never happens that way. Fulham, Fulham, West Brom. West Brom had to get 3 points out of that game to stay up, and Fulham were just nothing. They were not even. They were sort of hanging around in the middle. They were safe. They weren't going to get Europe. They weren't going to get anything. But they had a quite strong push at the end of the season, and they fucking destroyed us. And we went there thinking that we need the point, and they're going to be all right about it. Just sit back and lose for us. It never happens that way.
No easy games.
But the last two games, they've got Chelsea away and Everton at home, and Everton may be needing a win for
they could
European
still be pushing for Europe possibly. As well, couldn't they?
Chelsea pushing again.
Yeah.
And then you've got the West Ham. So West Ham play before them this weekend. They've got Brentford away. Not a team in form. I would say Brentford are.
They've drawn their last 5 or something. They've been, but they're still within the European.
Then West Ham have got Arsenal at home. Again, that's going to be a tough one, isn't it? But who knows?
I'm actually going to have a wager on that the West Ham beat them, because they have beaten them a few times in the last couple of seasons, and that could absolutely kill Arsenal.
That would ruin the season.
Oh my God!
The end of the season. Look, we've got end of the season. It is going to be pretty excited, no matter what division you're in, right? Because yes, I know that there's some clubs are already up, some clubs are already down, but there's that whole swell in the middle, right? So we've still got the Premier League title on the horizon. That's not decided yet. That's fucking close now, right? I mean, to the point where they've got the same points, same goal difference, literally everything the same. And I think it was home. I don't know what the goal stat that kept them.
Goals scored.
So it's goals scored was the only reason Man City went above them when they won 1-0 the other day. So you've got that. You've got that centre part of the top half of the Premier League table, where you've got everybody vying for some sort of European football, whether it be from Champions League to Poxy League, right?
Did you see?
We don't know that Palace aren't going to win that, right? So that puts them in. So they could still win the Poxy League, and then that puts them in a position themselves.
Yeah.
Then down the other end, you've got a couple of teams already out, right? But then there's that.
The final place.
There's that final places. There's a fight for them.
Yeah.
The same thing you've got in the Championship. Yes, the top spot's gone. Yes, second place is gone. But because you've got the next lot of teams are so tight and packed together points wise.
It's a brilliant end.
Goals scored
on the screen, but you
can
see here.
Scored throughout the day.
This are the positions that every club can finish in.
Send it to me and I'll put it up.
Essentially, Brighton can finish as high as 3rd, as low as 16th.
Yeah.
You've got Nottingham Forest, who are in a relegation battle, can finish 6th and end up 18th. These are 4 games to go. There's all the possible positions that teams can finish. Spurs can finish as high as 12th this season. But essentially the white dots are where they are, and high and low is insane.
Based on that, then, does that make it a good season, or does that make it a bad season?
Oh, great season.
Yeah, I think.
Who gives a shit if Man City just buys the league every year and no one cares about that? But when it's exciting, the same thing with the Championship, you've got those playoff positions. First and second spot are sort of pretty much there, I think. Yeah. But first definitely, because they're up no matter what. But I mean, you've got that condensed, like the points are so condensed, it's so tight. Goal difference is so tight. There's no one that's really like pushing. What it does show is it shows the quality of English football, because you name me another league where it's that tight from 3rd place, 2nd place down to 15th.
There's nothing
like
in Europe.
There's literally anything could change over 4 games. There's no other league. There's no other league around the world where that can happen. And not only does it happen in the Premier League, our first division, but it also happens in the Champions League, our second division. It's so good. I would put any top 6 Championship team in and send them out into the European Conference League, and I guarantee they'd do all right. Maybe not win it. They'd do all right.
But as you say, you're absolutely spot
That's how good the football is.
I mean, look at the FA Cup match. Southampton beat Arsenal on merit.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, and they came very close to beating City on merit as well.
Yeah.
What are the leagues are you getting that in? Whether you've got that kind of consistency, of quality.
Well, we'll go through because there are some matches on tonight, so we'll just give a little quick stato on them. What's going on?
Half time, Forest 0, Villa 0. Currently, sounds like Forest are a little bit more on top. In the other semi, Braga are drawing 1-1 with Freiburg. And then your Conference League, Palace are 1 up at half time.
Yeah. Come on, Shakhtar.
Come on.
And the other semis 0-0 currently.
Yeah. And on that, I also have a semi, so we'll call it today.
Can I just mention one thing before we sign off?
You can mention whatever you want.
Because I promised the guys. So just want to give a shout out to Dogma Brighton, who run a fantastic fanzine that comes out
you've got interviews
quarterly. Yeah, so I'm not just doing it because of that. They are genuinely nice guys, and they're also going to come on the show. They're also going to come on as guests. But they are running an article that I wrote for this current fanzine that's coming out in May, which is about the banners that we had campaigning against the late kickoffs and all of that at Old Trafford and Anfield. So that is in there. But it's
FA taking the piss.
FA taking the piss. But it's a brilliant fanzine. It's subscription only, so you have to go to dogmabrighton.co.uk, or you can find them on Instagram. Well worth a read. It's packed full of brilliant content. So big shout out to the Dogma guys.
And if anyone, if anyone, I like Nike trainers and clothes. And it says Superdry on it, but it's not. It's Nike. It's Nike. So while he's plugging that, I'm just going to mention and anyone who's willing to give me money, I will sell my soul to the devil, and I'll use his left hand to wave him off.